Cryptozoology is a murky world full of video clips filmed by toasters, and yet we are continually intrigued. After seeing the footage in this video, you'll have to decide for yourself whether they are real or possibly created to fool us. Here are 10 humanoid creature sightings caught on tape.
Amazing!
Number 10. Pennsylvanian White Bigfoot. Bigfoot is possibly the most famous cryptid in the world. However, many people insist that far from being considered an entity from folklore, there are lots of Bigfoot humanoids that roam North America, hiding right under our noses. And, if they are to be believed, then perhaps there exists albino Bigfoots. The following footage was captured by one homeowner who went out to investigate after hearing disturbances in the backyard of their wooded property. Here's the clip. What's particularly chilling is that for the 2 weeks prior to this footage being recorded, residents of the town had reported a series of strange noises and disturbances around the area. Furthermore, nobody has been able to debunk this footage. The footage seems authentic, with no confirmed post-film editing. The only thing that looks questionable is that when the torch is shined on the creature, his eyes appear to have no reflection. Was this just filmed by a great hoaxer whose friend donned a white Sasquatch suit to film this? Or is this one of the best pieces of Bigfoot evidence that exists? Number 9. Roadside Ghost. From genies to a bird so big it eats elephants, the Middle East has no shortage of scary folklore. It's no wonder that 2 police officers encountered something more para than normal along a back road in Saudi Arabia. What makes this clip even scarier is the fact that it was filmed in a hostile military zone with no civilians to speak of. So where did this terrifying woman come from? Here's the clip.
Oh no! Oh no!
The video looks pretty authentic with no obvious CGI, but the biggest hole in this clip is where it was filmed. No, not Saudi Arabia specifically. Or was it India? What about England? Actually, it's been reposted so many times, no one's really sure where this was filmed. So if it was real, no one has any idea where it is. Number 8. Australian Humanoid. Nephilim are an ancient race said to be the offspring of angels and mankind. Self-proclaimed Nephilim hunter Nick Malicki has dedicated much of his adult life to finding proof of their existence. What's the saying? Be careful what you wish for? While filming a cave in Queensland, Australia, Malicki and his team were stalked by an unknown entity. None of them noticed the 10-foot-tall humanoid in person, discovering it hours later when they went over the footage. Here's the clip.
Dig down, so look at that, where he's going.
It's suspicious that someone so dedicated to finding these beings for so long finally filmed one. But the way the creature ducks its head to avoid the flashlight is a well-thought-out detail if it's a fake. Was this a man in a costume, CGI, or a real-life human-angel hybrid? We may never know. Number 7. UFO Anomaly. In August of 2015, a group of UFO enthusiasts gathered together at a park in LA, hoping to capture some undeniable proof of extraterrestrial life. Apparently, ET was feeling particularly outgoing on that day because not one, not two, but 3 separate cameras and multiple bystanders recorded what has been dubbed the humanoid UFO. Here's the clip. True to the label of unidentified flying object, there are several theories on just what this thing might be. It seems unlikely that aliens would know how to show off in such a pre-planned location, and people were quick to point out that the so-called alien looks a little too much like a stormtrooper balloon. Others claim the figure could only be a hologram, but those who organized the gathering and their followers insist the footage is real-life proof that UFOs exist. Number 6. Ghost Girl. There is something classic and terrifying about a ghost, and few things are creepier than the ghost of a little girl. So when 2 teenagers started experiencing unexplainable events in one of their homes, they had their suspicions. But everyone knows that ghosts aren't real, right? Right?
What's that? A bear!
Unfortunately, the footage in this clip appears to prove otherwise. Phew, that was scary. If this is a fake, it's a pretty good one. Though ghost hunters and enthusiasts across the globe point out that full-body apparitions are extremely rare. Regardless of whether the video is real or fake, one thing is true. That is one creepy little girl. Number 5. Hampton Court Ghost. British TV featured the story of what became known as the Hampton Court Ghost. For 3 days, the alarms in Hampton went off, signaling the fire doors were open. Of course, the guards would rush over only to find the door closed and not a soul in sight. On day 3, a camera in the courtyard caught this footage. Not only did the figure not appear on the other 2 days, but it wasn't caught coming or going by the cameras inside the building. It might be possible for someone to sneak past some of the cameras with the right timing, but avoiding all of them for 2 nights is highly unlikely. That, combined with the way the figure appears out of thin air, definitely makes this seem like a real live ghost. Or is it a real dead ghost? Number 4. Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawlers, also known as Fresno aliens, are an odd bunch of 2-legged, seemingly faceless and practically bodiless creatures. These elusive creatures have been filmed in 2 locations so far: Fresno, California, and Yosemite National Park. In both instances, the odd little humanoids were only visible on camera and weren't able to be seen by the naked eye. This footage from Yosemite is less exciting, but most definitely unsettling. The legs on the smaller creatures go so far up it's physically impossible for it to be a human in a suit. Of course, that doesn't rule out digital editing. It's odd, it's random, and it certainly doesn't seem like it would be something real. Number 3. Romanian Zoo Creature. When you want to prove a seemingly mythical creature exists, you gotta keep it alive. Like how Jon Snow and his raiding party ventured beyond the wall to capture one of the dead. The creature imprisoned in this upcoming video is really disturbing. I think we can all agree that no one is trying to save the occupant of this cage at a Romanian zoo. Thankfully, despite this seemingly believable scenery, the chances of this one being real are relatively slim. Still, if it is fake, it's a pretty good example of CGI, or at least costuming, not to mention acting. Actually, the whole video is one giant case of no thank you. Number 2. Slenderman. For an urban legend born in 2009 when a Photoshop wizard created the tall, lanky figure without a face, Slenderman has taken on a life of his own. From a vast number of reported sightings to 2 teenage girls claiming the freakish ghoul made them stab a classmate, there is hardly anyone with internet access who doesn't know about him. Here's a clip showing a male filming some cycling clips, when in the background there appears to be a strange, tall being walking across the field. This clip is rather tame by comparison, but that doesn't make it any less creepy. Then at the end of the video, a message appeared that said, "The car seen at the end of the video stopped. A very shaken up woman warned me of a disturbing, tall, faceless figure in the field. I couldn't see anything, until I looked back on the video I had recorded." Number 1. Floating Humanoid. This footage was captured by CCTV at a gas station in Peru. It shows what seems like an alien entity near some bushes watching what the people near the gas station were doing, before it moves away, only to be chased by a few of the gas station workers. The attendants' odd behavior, combined with the way the tiny humanoid robot creature seems to float across the edge of the lot, has plenty of people screaming CGI, but there are plenty of others who see the entity as some kind of robot, maybe an alien in a sort of transportation suit. What do you think? Is this proof of alien life, or did someone watch a little too much Men in Black?